I thought it was a win-win today. With Thon, the Thon game and what Thon means to me personally and to my program and our players and our staff. I'm blessed. I have 4 healthy children that are running around the halls right now. And I won't forget that. So whenever I can do anything for Thon, I'm going to do it. And the fact that we got a win is nice too. So it was definitely a great day for Penn Staters to be a part of this day and really to come out. And what a great crowd. That was outstanding. You know what? I couldn't, my throat's killing me because they couldn't hear me. They couldn't hear me. And that's the way I hope moving forward that we keep coming out and having crowds like that. That would be fantastic.
If you do have a question, please, let's get the microphone to you.
Pat, 2 things. First, how important was it to play well in really an exciting sort of fashion, especially in the second half when you have the people here in the seats?
It was important. And playing Rutgers is extremely difficult, as you well know, Mark. They make you grind, and they wanted a possession game, and they make it ugly. And for the first half, they did. They did. And it was nice to see us open up the second half, get some separation, some dunks, some threes. That's what fans want to see. For me, I want stops and rebounds, which we did as well. But it was great that they came out and saw us play really well in the second half.
And the second part, you mentioned Thon. You have kids. What was going through your head and your heart when that little girl was singing the anthem?
It was just, I started singing. Unfortunately, and I'm embarrassed to say this, sometimes I don't. And I sang today, and I think a lot of people in the Bryce Jordan Center, they started to sing. And for me, that was everything. It was an emotional beginning, for sure, to know that she had the courage and the guts to get in front of 13,000 and change, get up there and sing and do the best she can. And then everybody joined in to help her along. That's what Penn Staters are all about.
How would you characterize Josh's performance today?
Josh Reeves, that's who he is. And we obviously we missed him, but a lot of guys got better. In his absence, unfortunately, sometimes that's how you have to learn how to build trust and maybe try some different lineups and do some different things. But he led. He wasn't going to let us lose that game. He was all over the floor. I started him in the second half, and his energy, I think, filtered through those 4 guys. And Tony Carr played 39 minutes. He played 39 minutes at Ohio State 48 hours ago. So I think that really helped us out.
And then in the face of some offensive struggles in the first half, what did you feel like the defense did in helping to generate that offense?
I thought our offense we did a pretty good job. Give Rutgers credit, they did a good job as well. But we really, we drew that line in the sand and said, we're going to get stops. And they're not going to. I challenged this team the last 2 days about rebounding. And this is one of the best rebounding teams in the Big Ten. This is one of the best defensive teams in the Big Ten. So we have to mature and show some growth, do simple great, and make sure, I use a football term here, put a hat on a hat, a body on a body, to make sure we're the guy that's getting the rebound, not them.
Coach, on the back. Mike seemed to struggle offensively in the first half. What did you tell him to just kind of make him calm down? Because he seemed to get better shots off in the second half.
You know what? He wants to play so well every time he's out, and he wants to help his teammates. And sometimes he gets frustrated and a little emotional, and when he misses free throws, he can't get that out of his head. So I knew we needed to go to him early, and we did, and it kind of erased that memory. And he played really good basketball. He had 19 rebounds. He played a really good basketball game, and I thought his defense was much, much better than it has been the last 2 games.
It's not a surprise how important Josh is to this team, but do you think it's been undersold how much was missed?
Maybe. I think Tony really stepped up. I thought Lamar really stepped up in his absence. Shep, Mike, those core guys. And you know what? It always works out, right? It always works out. Because we needed Nas to get those minutes. We needed Jamari to get those minutes to continue the process of getting better and seeing where we can go with this team and seeing how we can use the bench and utilize our strengths. And I think we're starting to see that. Look, if Josh wasn't out, Davis doesn't get a start at Ohio State. Now we got ourselves a really good junior who's big, strong, he's been around, knows what he's doing.
And do you think Tony's kind of taking that next step mentally in terms of the shots that he wants to get, the shots he doesn't want to get? Because it seems like he's better when he doesn't have to force it, but there's obviously a lot of areas on the floor where he can score from.
No doubt, and I think he's taking the right shots. I think he's taking good shots. I think he's finding balance now. Again, with Josh being back, so a lot more guys out there he can really trust to make shots for him. So I think he's playing at a really good tempo right now. I'm not going to say pace because I need him to play faster, right? And I want him to play faster. But I think he's taking really good shots. And his energy, his body language, his posture just have been fantastic the last week. And he's got to keep that going. So I would agree that he's taken a big step forward here.
Coach, how much did you think limiting Rutgers' second chance opportunities was a key for you guys and not letting them get back in the game and keeping that 8-10 point lead throughout much of the second half?
I thought it was huge because we had 16 turnovers. So if they're missing that initial, they usually get the second chance shot. So for us to have that many turnovers, and I'll watch film and we'll clean it up, but we couldn't let them get on the glass. And if they did, this would have been a much tighter game down the stretch.
Coach, you touched on, sorry, I'm back here. You touched on Zemgulis's kind of role and how, being able to trust him and being a junior and how he knows what he's doing. What does that do for you now, having a guy that over the last couple games you have an extra body that you can rely on to put in there and get the job done and really give you reliable minutes? Yeah,
you're exactly right. He's a bigger body. He's 6'6", 6'7". He's strong. He's bought in. He's a very good three-point shooter. He was 1 for 2. He missed one today, but he takes good ones. Helps us in rotation. Really talks out there. It's a comfort level. He knows what he's doing, and I think our guys know that, and they trust him out there. It's all about trust as you're moving forward into February. You got to build that trust. We got to start peaking, and it's good that we found Davis as a guy that can give us 10 to 15 minutes.
Coach, Lamar in the second half, was able to score points, but in the first half he kind of struggled. Didn't really score any. You feel like that was more so Rutgers, or you feel like he was just trying to find a shot, or his teammates were?
When he was in foul trouble in the first half, so I think that he's on the bench a lot more. I thought he came out aggressive. He took a 3, he drove the ball. But again, foul trouble sometimes can really mess with a kid's confidence or mindset. But I thought in the second half, Lamar's the type of kid, if he scores 6 or if he scores 26, he just wants to win. And that's where we are right now. Guys just want to win. So they're going to do whatever it takes. So if it's, again, scoring a lot or not, be a part of it.
We've talked previously about momentum and how hard it is to build. How concerned were you about how they would come out today? And were you pleased by what you saw?
I was really concerned. Usually a win like that in that type of fashion against a top 15 team, especially Ohio State, you're worried about how we respond. You're worried about all the tweets and text messages and all that. Getting in their head. They're still very young, and I thought we addressed it. We came in yesterday. We did what we had to do. We met as a team. We watched film. That's a great memory that this group will always have, and that can never be taken from them. Never be taken from them. But now it's a memory. It's a memory. And that's where it's going to be. It's going to be in the past. We got to get better today. We got to have the right mindset. Let's watch this film. Let's go compete tomorrow. And that's what we do.
All right, Ariel, and one final question.
Similar, maybe to what Nate just said, how much of a step is this in terms of the mental conditioning that you've kind of been talking about all season long?
Thanks, Ariel. Yeah, I've been talking about mental conditioning all year, and we've been in this position before. There's plenty of examples about a good win and then coming back and not being sharp, not having that mental toughness to be able to come back and play the same 40 minutes, or I've been saying the full 200 minutes collectively. And I thought it was, I'm not going to say it's a breakthrough. This is a process. We got to buy into this process, take it one day at a time, one step at a time.